Metal Jesus, I'm back again, and we're going to be heading down to Longview, Washington to see and meet up with John Hancock.
The immortal John Hancock, who did actually sign the Declaration of Independence, and I believe was the inspiration for the Twilight films, because I think he's a vampire.
It could be, but he's got an awesome video game collection. And this time, though, you know, we've upgraded our car.
We have upgraded the wheels. Drunken Master Paul, retro car, 2012 Dodge Challenger. I'm so stoked about this car. I'm a kind of retro guy, love the muscle cars. Just got my new wheels, and we are going to haul ass down Longview faster than we ever have before.
Let's get this bitch on the road.
Let's hit it!
All right, well, we are in John's Room of Doom, man. I love this place. It's awesome. And I've asked you to pull out some of the retro games that you have, some of the more unusual stuff. I feel like, you know, we came down this retro car. Let's just keep the theme going. And you have some really interesting and valuable stuff here that a lot of people just don't get to see.
Yeah, first thing is Sega CDX. And the Sega CDX was kind of a later released Sega made a small, compact version of the Sega CD and Sega Genesis into one tiny device. It was quasi-portable. I mean, you still needed a TV to play it on, but it actually could run off batteries.
That's
and
cool.
It kind of doubled as a portable CD player and a game system. And it was $300 to $400 when it came out, depending on where you bought it. And I saw them at the warehouse back in the day. Of course, I didn't have the money. And that's the system.
It's so small. Now it does CDs and cartridges.
Yes, cartridge port there. Batteries there.
Wow.
Controller ports. Has a nice. It's metal on top. Nice, nice hinge there. Hinge opening. And had a nice display right there. Lit display, kind of tell you if it's open or what if it's reading or not. These guys are pretty hard to find working. You know, just Sega CDs in general are going up in value, and this is kind of the one everybody sought after because, you know, a lot of collectors play their games and it doesn't take up a lot of space on the shelf. And so, you know, a lot of these, you know, second, third generation of the same unit, smaller, sleeker, everybody likes that one because, you know, they can have 2 or 3 game systems in the same space on the shelf.
Okay, well, that's great, but what the hell is this?
Well, I know a little bit about it. What I do know is it's a Pong clone, and it came out in the 70s, and that's about it.
And I know that this gun would not fly today on the shelves of the Target.
Check out that sucker. Oots. Yeah.
So it's a Pong clone with a gun built into it.
Yes, it's kind of a strange metal case design. The controllers... It's like the controllers remind me of like some type of Fisher-Price nightmare. You know, it's got definitely the Fisher-Price colored blue and red on the top, and with a button. And typical Pongs had, you know, your typical standard tennis, hockey. Some of the later ones came out with skeet, and you know, there'd be a little block on the screen, and you'd shoot the block, and it, you know, that would be the total game. The casing for this is really interesting. I don't know specifically what year it came out with, but you know, most Pongs came out 75, 78. There was a couple late release ones. Holy cow, this is really tough getting. So check out that for a device. I mean, this is just... Got the on and off button here, controller inputs.
Did somebody cannibalize your Tyco train set transformer to make that thing?
Yeah,
I think so.
Here's one of my favorites. It's the first cartridge-based game system made. Fairchild Channel F. And they made 2 models. This is the first model, first release. So typically you could find these in the 8-track section of a thrift store. And that's where I found a lot of my games were in 8-tracks. 8-tracks. And this is in really good shape. Boxes are very 70s.
Oh yeah, it looks like Sesame Street, doesn't it?
Mm-hmm. 76. Very early. And like I said, the system, get going on the system here. System had very, very funky controllers. And like I said, the had a case on top for the system in which it would store the controllers. Had a built-in Pong. And the nice thing about the built-in Pong is that you can angle your shots. And it was kind of unique. It added a kind of a variant of... pull it out of the bag here. Really nice. So
oh, I see.
you insert the cartridges here. And there's different play variants, you know, different modes. That's where the controllers are stored.
I'm not even exactly sure how to hold it.
You hold it, and then you would
Oh, okay.
have to move it up and down.
I'm winning.
But yeah, the little button on top. And,
So it's a big thumbstick, isn't it? Really?
yeah. And a very, very unique control design. I actually bought mine from a PRGE organizer.
And wood paneling is always like
Yes.
a classy touch, I think.
You have to have the wood paneling for a 70s device.
Tell me about the Arcadia 2001, man.
Well, it's a late release, and if you look at some of the artwork, you would think there's no way this could be licensed, and you might as well just call it the rip-off console. And this was a late release, actually early 80s.
I'm just noticing that's Battlestar Galactica, isn't it?
Yep. That's why I like the picture. Yeah. Very tiny console. And I would say if the Bally Arcade hooked up with the Mattel on television and had a child, it'd be this. Screw-in joysticks.
And it's springy too, isn't it?
Yep.
Look at that.
So it has the disc-like for a television-like and a very similar number pad.
Yeah, kind of bubbly.
It also has kind of the same boring high-res graphics as the Bally Arcade. Nothing against the Bally Arcade; it's one of my favorite systems. But yeah, it's a fairly small console.
Now, does it take the overlays? Is that
Yes, it has overlays. The overlays tended to be non-color, just giving you basic function.
All right, John. Well, whenever there's toys and mechanics and machines and electronics around, I have to get a beer.
Nice.
We learned that last
Oh, yeah.
time because and today we're doing Ninkasi Brewing Company's Renew Ale. Renew for the new year.
Yum.
For a renewed visit down here to the Room of Doom. So, Drunken Master Paul, toys. We got it fired up. Is it working? That's a big thing.
Yes. I got a kind of more simplistic game, and
Okay.
and it's Breakaway, which is pretty much Breakout.
Okay.
And it's got like this whole boot up sequence. Oh, totally screwed me. Wow.
Oh, wow. And I
Wow.
thought Metal Jesus sucked again.
Wow.
That's great.
Oh,
Those are great sounds, too.
oh, dude. Yeah, this is called Breakout I Hate You Edition.
Oh, that's great.
What else you got, buddy?
This is another oddball. This is a very early Pong release. From the information that I researched on this specific one, this was technically the third console released in the United States. Part of that was everybody making these Pongs. It was a race for the chips. And the people that had the orders in were able to release their system on time for Christmas. This guy is strange looking. This guy is nice white. A lot of the Pongs were brown and blacks and silvers. This one was white.
That looks like the intercom system for Charlie's Angels, doesn't
Yes.
it? Yeah. Charlie.
Yes. And the other annoying thing about Pong units is sometimes they have an integrated RF switch that if it breaks, you're screwed. And this has one of those. And so I love collecting them still. And like I said, this one actually works. I actually did fire it up, and it came out with really, really, really funky controllers. I don't know, it's like a hair roll or something. It's really strange. But no button, just like that.
Wow, that is cool looking though.
Yeah.
Yeah. And so the sound came out of here, and you
Yep.
can adjust the speed.
A lot of Pongs had the sound come out of the unit and so through the TV. Some of the later ones went through the TV.
Morning, angels.
So I recently added to my collection a TurboGrafx 16.
Nice.
I didn't know much about it. Now you have something kind of related to that, I guess, a little bit.
A little bit. NEC, TurboGrafx overseas was called the PC Engine, and was very successful. It wasn't as third place as it was here. You know, it was as successful, I would say, as the Super Nintendo was here.
Wow.
And so as time went along, they wanted to make the sequel to the TurboGrafx. And how can they make the sequel, but not, you know, we have this huge fan base. So enter the SuperGrafx. SuperGrafx was, I would say, the answer to the Super Nintendo.
Now this
or the
is
Super Famicom.
And this is a Japanese
Import only.
Okay.
And the system's really strange. It looks like a cross between something out of a Nine Inch Nails video.
I was gonna say, it looks like one of my effects pedals for my guitar.
And this is the back port, and it, you know, you could add the CD drive to it. And it played a very small handful of games. And these games had slight better graphics, which actually was the downfall of the system, because people bought this and spent you know, a decent amount of money, and we're not seeing the benefits of a better system. It looked like TurboGrafx.
It uses the same hue card, so it just goes right in there.
Yep.
Okay.
Yep. And controller, I mean, the controller looks, and when I say TurboGrafx, I mean PC Engine, but it was too similar to what people already had. They were playing the games, they're like, I'm not really seeing the difference here.
Okay.
And it didn't sell. It didn't sell. These were in clearance bins, and you can still find them, you know, a couple $100.
It looks pretty cool, I gotta say, though, actually. It definitely looks like something out of an H.R. Giger, you know, movie or something.
Dude, that is always so cool to see the Room of Doom. It's great.
I hate to leave it, man.
Have to have him come back.
John, dude, buddy, the Immortal Game Collector. Thank you so much for showing us your consoles. You know, we're talking all about my retro machine. You show us your retro machines. Very, very cool. And we only scratched the surface, didn't we?
Oh, I could show you consoles for days.
Excellent, excellent. Well, we're going to take you up on that.
All right.
And have you up to Seattle sometime, man. It'd be really cool.
I would be honored. I'd love to come up there and see what you have.
Excellent. Well, see you next time.
Yeah. Thanks for watching our channel.
Rock on.
Oh, it's over there. It's right there. 8, 9, 10. Oh, you just caught me doing my workout, man. Gosh, my biceps really
Very impressive.
Wow.